first thing right off the bat, we are, in fact, yes, I'm aware of that, A. Williams, thank you, going to be playing a fan remake of Quest for Glory 2. This is not usual, but it's still acceptable. I kind of wish I had known about this, like, a year ago, when this was first added to the list, because I was informed about this yesterday. However, the person who both put this entire block on the list and the person this is a thank you stream for, Salok, specifically requested the fan remake. So here we are. Well, you don't like my costume? Oh, I lost my cape. But not my pose. Listen, she's wearing a bikini, Melkor Blade. What more do you need? There's no greater treasure than friendship. You are rich, dude. You don't get to say that. If I had not fought off so many in the Battle of Spielberg Pass, perhaps you would not have made it through the Brigand Lair, my friend. I'm gonna stab you in the face. What do you think I am, a money changer? Your money's no good. Yeah, that's what I thought. Gotta get this chance of dinars and centimes. Okay, well. Right, yeah. Okay, so. Stop. Okay. Left at the first intersection. And then follow right wall. See, I've been down this exact road. But apparently I needed to keep going. Yep, because this is where the line is. Well, let's keep going. Are you the money changer? Are you the money changer? Nope. Alright, well, let's keep following right wall. Dinar Tariq! Negative to gameplay. Oh my god. Like, I'm trying to be tolerant, but that is insanity in general. And the fact that I have actually technically 2 maps, neither of which helped me reach this part. Like, okay, hang on. So the original map, as in the map with the base game, is this. Now, it's probably hard to tell on stream, but to be clear, the only things labeled there are the plazas and the street names. So, that's helpful. And you're probably thinking, Lord, you're not playing that version of the game. And you're right. That's why I pulled up the other map. This is the map that comes with this version of the game. So as you can tell, not really more helpful. Okay, so I already looked it up. Check it out. Hey, look, there's the money changer. Hold on. I gotta know. Hang on. This is gonna take me. So left. Left. Right. Left. Then right. There's gonna be another right. Hang on, Shadow Machine. Give me a second. Give me a second. What is with this movement? And there's going to be a third right. Got two lefts. It's going to be on the right. And another right. Got this movement left. Or on Doom music again. Hold on. That. Okay, Retu. I've lost track where I am. I shouldn't have looked at chat. I've actually lost track where I am. I think I'm here. This should be on the right, left, two rights. And a left. And three rights. Two lefts. And a right. Okay, so the whole reason we went through all that nonsense this is the default map, the classic map. Ah! What? Assist me. Assist me. Numpad, huh? Please be any of these buttons. It's none of these buttons. That's a good point. No parry. Dodge. 7 and 9 do absolutely nothing. This is me mashing 7 and 9. Nope. First thing I checked was the numlock. Okay, here we go. So the thing is, this is what clicking does. Clicking pulls up this. So there's no clicking. Move backward with numpad 2. Houston, we officially have a problem. This is totally in-game music. Can't you tell? That can't be right. No, that is apparently correct. This is the desert. Now... Oh my god! And we're dead. But at least the controls worked. I will eventually... This is kind of what I wanted to show off earlier, so this works out. Navigating the desert. This is just for Ross and Savacom, who I know are just pining for Breath of Fire 3, so here's Breath of Fire 3 for you. So I can't explain this without spoiling Outer Wilds, but let's just say that that's where we came up with the idea of the emergency dagger. All PCs always have a dagger on hand. Just in case they need to emergently... They kill themselves in an emergency. Like, oh, quick, quick! Reload, reload! And that's what canonically reloads their save, is their death. I mean, that should be a thing in some game, Wadib, right? Like, every time you go to load a save, it's just like, hang on. There we go. And, like, make it fancy. Make it part of the animation. Like, you pull up the menu, and you hit load, and then your character goes, and then, like, pulls their hand away without the dagger wherever they were when you saved it, and, like, morphs between the two states, right? Sorry for taking a minute. Honestly, clipping was just kind of difficult to do. That's all there is to that. I wanted to properly show off the city in the highlights reel. Okay. So let's go ahead. Remember how to play this game. Let's grab a safety save. Drop the incense. Sure, flag end. And we're dead. And we're dead. See, the problem here is we're really low on health. We only have 8. I absolutely hate to do this. I think we're going to pop a health potion. Good afternoon, Evo. Wait, does that make me not a friend? It all makes sense. I always knew. I was just a stepping stool in her path for power. Okay. Now, here's the lamp. And then we die. And now we're dead again. I hate to do this, but I don't know how else to make this happen. Wow, it really wants to play Doom music for this game. This song has come up 3 times on random. So we're just gonna sleep till morning. Mood. And then we sleep until morning again. Okay, so now we use the water on it. Which is what I was missing earlier. That's on me. That's on me. Maybe I'm going to put this in the highlight reel to show that I screwed up on that. Oh, we got tons of stamina. Time to do the Oblivion method of leveling Sneak. Fruit, please. Please. Thank you. Tonight is Saris stuffed grapes with saffron rice, honey, and honeyed rabbit. That sounds really good. Why can't I eat that? Okay, whatever. Thank you. Damn it, if only I'd taken that HelloFresh sponsorship and talked about it for 4 hours solid like I had to. Like, I am skint broke. But it's okay. Because I'm about to get paid. I hope. Please pay me. This is not the payment I was expecting. But thank you for the baby. I'm not going to ding the game for this. Experimental, trying things, yada yada. But the calendar in the game is actually very rigid. For those of you wondering what that means, in some games you'll have a thing like, for example, let's say you have a quest to kill an elemental. That quest has 3-day window where you can do it. Now let's say you do it on day 1. What most more modern games will do is they will then have a separate counter rather than saying that events happen on this day over here, which is day 7. They will say events happen on day +1. So the moment of the kill, it then increments that by 1, and the next day, which is actually day 6, becomes the new day 7, and it just kind of shoves the schedule forwards. Make sense? I'm so used to that, because that's a really old invention at this point in game design, that it didn't even occur to me that they have a truly static schedule. In this game, nothing's going to happen until day 7. We're currently on day 6. So, let's get our stealth up. You know what to do. Wait, hang on. We need stealthing music. We need leveling agility music. Alright, I'll bite. What's the problem with saying that fascism sucks? Like, if that's something that's controversial to say, I think I'll accept being controversial. I think I'm okay with that. Fascism is not good. The end. We're good. If I have to sit down and be like, yeah, Nazis aren't good, Hitler wasn't good, and that's a controversial statement, then I'm out. I'm going to Mars, okay? Y'all can just live with this crap. Yeah, I'll put that in the highlight reel. Well, I literally don't know what you're talking about, Makamano, and to be perfectly honest, I don't think I want to. So, I think we're cool on that front. I mean, excuse me, I'm gonna grind my strength by going out into the desert and throwing rocks for literal days. Also, doing so would involve an absolutely terrible amount of... I can't run. I can't run. I can't run from an opponent. I have no combat stats to speak of. Okay. What is going on here? Anyways, let's go ahead and give her the gift of magic. Okay. Yeah. Tell... apparently nothing. So we already watered it. We told it about Spielberg. Whatever, let's water it again. Didn't do anything, of course. We're supposed to tell it about the Earth Elemental, but we're not allowed to. And then we're supposed to give it a hug. And then we're supposed to tell her her name, and I can't do any of these things, so... What? I have a vague idea. It's probably something really stupid. We probably need to learn what we already know. Even though we've already talked to her and already know this whole tale. But we're going to do it again anyways. Okay, so this is what the Earth Elemental... Hey! Now I can tell about the Earth Elemental. I tell about how I fought the Earth Elemental, how hard it was to defeat. You tell how your friends needed you. Here's but... So... No, she said that last time. She gave the exact same details last time. It's just this time we happen to have context for those details. Which is why I said this is probably going to work, because this game is extraordinarily railroaded with its quest flags. We saw this earlier. I don't know if I showed this in the highlight reel, but there's a moment where we had to lockpick a door, but the door was barred shut, which is game speak for you cannot get ye flask, right? No way in, right? So we went and talked to someone. She said, "Hey, you should rob this guy." And we go back, doors on. We can pick the door. We can open it. It's flag based. And flags are a necessary aspect of these kind of trigger designs, but there is such a thing as over-flagging, and this game is stupidly over-flagged. I'm going to give it a negative for it. Probably just one. But I am absolutely giving this game a negative for the flag dependency. So now, we hug the tree. A purple fruit has been created from the branch of the tree. The fruit of compassion drops in your hands. You're, like, safe, though, right? Like, you can live your life and stop being a tree. Right? That's how that works, right? Don't answer me. Alright, so whatever. I think I'd love to max out rock throwing. That amuses me. And having a higher strength would probably be useful. But I feel like maxing out stealth and agility is probably more useful. Sneak and steal until it is... Okay, here. This is one long corridor. Go! Go, my minion! No one will ever see you! Oh yeah, all the cartilage, Flygand. Go on. Knockwurst and sauerkraut. Aw, thank you. That's really sweet, actually. Unfortunately, you never really cared for sauerkraut and knockwurst, but you're too polite to tell Shemma that. You must admit the honey and lemons on the knockwurst aren't bad, but the sauerkraut curry... Oh my god, sauerkraut curry. Thank you, Shemma. Really. That's wholesome. That's straight up wholesome right there. You're obviously enchanted, so we need to now see what your true form is. Water of wisdom, liquid of life, I call upon thee 3 times 3. 9? Mirror without what lies within, so we shall have true to see. Look in the water, we shall see your true form. Ah, the Emir Aris al-Din. I've been running around on the back of the Emir. No wonder he runs away from every combat. So, hero, not having content with merely saving the city, I see that you're about to attempt to save the land of Shapir as well. When first we met, I could feel there was dark within you. Now I see that the light is stronger. If you will only let it be so. It is a narrow path between darkness and light. And you will always walk that tightrope in your soul. What part of me says evil? Don't answer that question. That's a lot of people. The caravan comes under siege from hundreds of nomadic brigands. Your small group is vastly outnumbered. The situation looks grim. I don't have fighting stats. Ice cold, tasty fizz, whiz fizz, made with pure Shapirian artisan spring water. Fresh popped Wilbur Blue and Decker gourmet popping corn. What? I love the smell of victory. It smells like smet. No, oregano. No, victory. Yeah, victory. That's the ticket. Huh? We just killed... I don't have combat stats. Okay, we killed everybody. Stay where you are, stranger. You'll discover how sharp a weapon can be. So you're the one they call the hero of Shapir. You'll understand this. We don't need no stinking heroes around here. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear? See that you obey all rules posted around town. Rule number 1, strangers must carry visas. Do you have your visa? Already breaking the rules, are you? Here's your visa. Don't leave town without it. Nice place. Am I the only one who thinks it looks ridiculous to this music? As your eyes adjust, you find yourself in a bedroom. Someone's asleep nearby, surrounded by thin curtains. The occupant of this bedchamber must collect weapons, for there are many attached to the wall. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Ask her. As you and the man look at each other, you realize whose house this is. Kaveen calls for his guards, and you are quickly overwhelmed. He then takes a sword and personally makes sure you'll never steal again. Yeah, where's the moss arrows when I need them? So that was me just running by and not trying to sneak at all. Which apparently is what I should have done to begin with. I could... literally couldn't switch the thing quickly enough. Oh my god! Jesus Christ, game. Here! If you were interested, I would not be adverse to having such a resourceful and skilled person as yourself at my side. I mean, you only murdered me like 4 times in a row in the last few seconds. If you could but learn to curb those unfortunate heroic tendencies, you'd make an excellent partner. Dude, I'm gonna stab you. Also, I'm really in favor of options in general, Lune Ruth. So, I would rather you have the option to challenge yourself, as you say, or not, rather than forcing that upon you. Like, you're a responsible adult. If you can't manage yourself on that, that's kind of on you. That's not the walkthrough's fault, and that's not the game's fault. Having said that, there are some games that are, well, this is as good a time as any to bring this up. So, I looked up a list of moon logic puzzles. Speak now the name of power. I'll get back to that in a minute. So, we were talking about, we actually had a whole thing. It'll be in the highlight reel, Lune Ruth, if you feel like watching that. But we had a whole discussion about what moon logic is and how it came to be. But I decided to look up some examples of moon logic. Now, funny thing, the first thing I checked was if there was any that was in the Quest for Glory series. There was one. It's in Quest of Glory 4, and I didn't read more because I don't want to spoil myself, but I thought that was interesting. But my favorite example is obviously listed here. That's the one from the Longest Journey. But there's another example I'm rather fond of, too. Check this out. This is from the Mystery of the Druids. So, the game starts. You need to call someone by the phone. You're a police officer, by the way. You work at the Scotland Yard. However, your office phone in Scotland Yard doesn't let you make external calls. Now, there's a pay phone nearby, but you don't have any change. None of your coworkers let you use their phone, and nobody will give you change or make change for you. How do you solve this? I'm going to give you a second to think about it. You don't have to type it out. Just think about your solution to this problem. You need to make this phone call. Exactly. What you need to do is you need to talk to a hobo on the street, and he will ask you for a drink. Once he's done that, you could go to the research lab, tease the technician about having alcohol in the lab, and then have him dare you to drink the medical alcohol. For those of you not aware, that can and usually should be lethal, like blinding you lethal. So you drink it, pass out, wake up, then you go back, and then you're like, well, now I know which one is the alcohol. Keep in mind that these bottles are labeled, so there's no need for any of this. But now that you know which one it is, you can go ahead and figure out which bottle it is to give the alcohol to the guy, right? Wrong, because you actually can't do it just straight like that. Instead, you have to get this fingerprinting powder, use it on the bottles, figure out which one has your fingerprints on it, because there's multiple, obviously. Then you need to dip it into some apple juice, give it to the hobo who passes out, then you steal his change, and then you can go ahead and make the phone call on the payphone. That's one of the first puzzles in that game. It's like a barrier to entry to that game. And let me tell you, that game is bonkers. I highly recommend you look up a walkthrough or a playthrough of that game sometime, because it's definitely so bad it's good. However, if I was ever to review it, I guarantee you its score would be terrible. Anyways, for the highlight reel, let's get that in there. We have the same story score as before, but in different ways, which is funny. A net +7 to story. Still a decent story. Still some interesting and cool stuff going on. The gameplay side was worse almost across the board. The interface was slightly improved thanks to the fan remake, but almost everything else was awful. And, yeah, I don't know what else to add to that. I did end up giving a couple of things there, but we're not talking about gameplay. We're going to talk about this. We're going to do it in order, because this is for the highlight reel. Wake up, Lore. So, we have a story density of 0.73 per hour, and a story ratio of 100%. No story negatives. Over on the gameplay side, which I just started talking about, we have a net -16, which is over double as bad as the previous game, and in hindsight, I absolutely stand by that. That gives us a gameplay per hour density of -1.67, and a gameplay ratio of 10%, which is not great. With a quick drum roll, the final golden number for this game is -5.15. Final thoughts for the reel. You could tell they were really trying to try something with this one. The combat system has certainly been effectively completely restructured. You just both win the Nerith. And they tried to have something approaching an overworld in terms of design. They didn't do anything with that overworld, but they were trying to have an overworld. And I do appreciate that they were trying to branch out the three classes a little bit more, having fully committed side quests for each. And the narrative continues to move forward in ways that I do rather appreciate. In fact, I would go so far as to say that most of the characters of the second game are more memorable and generally positive than the ones of the first game. So in several ways, it definitely moved forwards. But it is absolutely hampered by the fact that it's very clear that they had no idea how to implement any of these ideas. As I've said many, many times, a good idea badly executed is bad. There's a lot of ways you can look at this and be like, hey, but ugh. And yeah, this game has a whole lot more soft lock potential than the first game did, from what I can understand. There were multiple ways. Hell, we almost soft locked. We came one step away from being soft locking, having to start over or cheat in order to be able to progress. Thankfully, we were able to rob the smith, otherwise we would have been screwed. Walking into the final battle without enough daggers, which is why I bothered to go out into the desert to make sure to get an extra one. Not getting the magic rope at the right time, not having the right spells for the mage. I believe there's something... Oh yeah, if you don't have the shield as the fighter, you are dead. And you only find that out at the end of the game, too. And just stuff like that. There's a lot more ways that you can screw yourself out of being able to progress. And unlike in the first game, most of those either take too long to come into fruition or are not very obvious. And that kind of sucks. I think at least part of this is tied into the other two features we've actually already talked about. One is the heavy trigger focus, where a lot of event flags are mandatory to progress. And the other is the calendar, which is set in stone. And I think both of these, while interesting ideas, have kind of completely destroyed the actual game that we got. And that's just my opinion on that. This is probably a game that fits in the category of, if you know what you're doing, it's good. But as we've talked about many, many times before, if you know what it's doing, it's good. It's not actually good from a neutral review perspective. So I stand by that -5 score. Now I have some paperwork to do and a highlight reel to throw together. But when we get back, we will go ahead and start Quest for Glory 3 today. And I believe we'll actually be back to just playing the originals at that point, with no remasters or remakes or fan makes or whatever. So, I hope to see you there.